Namaste. Welcome to Love Wins. Welcome to Midnight Messages. Welcome to Midnight Messages. I am your host, Empress Ocean. And this is Midnight Messages. Love wins. That was the download. I surrendered to self, to God, to a purpose higher than me, bigger than me, something bigger than me. Let go and let God. Self-love. It started with self-love. The journey to self-love. That was the blog. The journey to self-love. It takes, was it 20,000 hours or something? Someone, if you know the exact quote or fact, for mastery, right? I have been on the self-love journey authentically, being accountable with self, you know? I'm not in denial. Yeah, spiritual warfare is a thing. Spiritual warfare is a thing, and I've been privy to it. And being a wolf among sheep, as you know, resonating with me, it makes for an interesting life, a very persecuted life, a very alienated life, a very gaslit life, you know. But right now, this is what's happening. We are coming online. I split my handmade deck, sitting with the energy that I have been in. The energy that I have been in. This energy is where the Empress, the Emperor, if you've been doing your work, you've been stepping into that energy, balancing your masculine and your feminine, balancing your left hemisphere and your right hemisphere, living coherently within head and heart, doing the right things for the right reason. And you are just, you see through all the illusions and delusions of this third dimensional matrix reality. Call it what you want. Prison planet that we live in, right? Duality. All of the spiritual teachers, all of the religious practices are all based off of cosmic universal law. Cosmic universal law. It's actually not midnight. It's really only like briefly after sunset. But I will be asleep before midnight tonight. I've had a long day emotionally processing, moving through energies. But so, cosmic law, right? There are universal truths. There are universal truths. There is polarity. There is duality. You know, karma. Energy is truth. Karma is nothing more than the law of action and the action that you put out based off of intention. Energy is energy. What you put out comes back. And if you do things with ill intention, if your sole purpose, you know, for any act is not of God, is not of heart, is not pure of light, like, well, then that's what comes back to you, right? That's what comes back to you. And a lot of people go through this form of a victim reality mentality where, but I'm a good person, why do bad things keep happening, right? How good are you? To self, right? Maybe you people please and you'll do anything for anybody you love because you want them to do anything for you if they love you. So your definition of love is based off of your need to be loved, which by the way is toxic, just so you know. But it all starts with self-love, right? Because God is man awakened, self-realized is awakened. This is a soul journey. We come here to ascend. We come here to clear karmas. Like, we're not playing matrix games. We don't need to be caught up in the illusions and delusions. But these illusions and delusions want to pull us into their dramas. They need us playing a role in their reality to feed the projected image of us that has been created, that is being harvested. They need us to be who they've said we were. And this is general, this is collective. This is collective. What does collective mean? Collective means we are one. A collective consciousness of souls. That is why it seems like so many of us are going through the same thing, right? You're actually not alone, although you feel alone. You do feel alone. The goal is to feel alone, is to be okay alone. And it is that bittersweet unfolding of the rose and realization where it's like, I have to be alone to realize I'm not alone. Right? But we're all in different places. There are levels to this. You can never stop learning. You can never stop ascending. You can never stop evolving, right? You can never stop evolving. Every single day of life, the goal should be to go deeper into self, to be a better me. Live responsibly. Be a responsible person. Be a responsible human. Take care of yourself. Take care of your space. Take care of your planet, your home, your mother, right? These are all things that are natural right action, natural integrity, common sense. And yeah, they're in the Bible, and there's different beliefs about the Bible. I'm not going to get into that. You know, I have my personal belief. We all have our personal belief. I believe it's a tool, it's a map, it's a guide. It is the way back into the heart in everyone's story. At one point in time, in one lifetime, you've been every story. You've been every story. And you have a story. And the story is based off all your stories. And the moral of the story is to let go of the story. Let go of the story. Be present, right? Be present. So, today my energy went. I've been on this serious just kicking ass with my healing process, right? Like, I've just been in a good place, vibrations up, present, not reacting, facing everything, you know, just like doing the thing. But there's this lingering energy, and this lingering energy is playing out in this lifetime. It is this. You can read it. Witch wound. The witch wound. What is the witch wound, right? What is the witch wound? It's just a fear of that's caused by trauma from this lifetime and many lifetimes of being persecuted. Persecuted for being whoever you are, who you are, having an opinion, having a belief, standing firm in that belief, being different, carrying a light, carrying a torch, being a torch bearer, being a healer, being beautiful, being a skin tone, being magical, being connected, being of the light, being of God, being pure. All of these things are attacked. All of these things are attacked and persecuted, burned, beaten, abused, murdered, hung, drowned, whipped. A lot's happened on this planet. A lot of blood has been shed on her lands, the earth, Mama Gaia, the mother. She's a portal. We're all birthed through her portal. A sentient being, a living, organic being, right? And energy is truth. And if you've studied energy, and if you understand energy, energy leaves an energy signature, right? The science behind hauntings, it's the energy that stays in the room. That's why you clear the energy. That's why smudging and incense and purified waters and herbs and oils, and you cleanse the energy, because the stagnant energy can be felt through all timelines and dimensions. If a murder happened in a home, a sensitive soul can feel that murder. A child can see replaying what happened energetically, spiritually, right? We're all aware of this. Hollywood makes movies all about it. Like, every single thing that has been created came from someone's mind. It came from somewhere. Everything that is the mind has been, like, thoughts create things. Beliefs become reality, right? So, like, even if it plays out as a movie, it is still an imagination materialized, a manifestation of creation, right? That's what this life is. We are creators. We are creator beings. We think things and we create things. And in the act of creating them, it brings us joy. That joy raises our vibration. That is our love frequency. That is where love wins. If you're doing what you love, then you are winning. So every single thing that you went through was worth it. It was worth it, right? Because you're doing what you love. And if you're not, I'm sorry. What is it that brings you joy, right? Taking down other people because you need to be right, because you need to win, because they're not doing it your way, because you're afraid of their way, because what? Because they're happy? Because they're happy people. Because the universe seems to bend at their will. Why? Because their intentions are pure and they're connected to their magic and they're connected to their source. And oh my God, yeah, they talk to God. Don't you go to a church to pray some fake ass Cadillac driving, snakeskin shoe wearing crook who you're gambling with on Friday night, buying strippers with on Saturday night, and praying to God on Sunday morning, Jesus, please forgive me for my sins? That same preacher is supposed to tell you what God has to tell you, but you yourself, you can't find a connection to God. And if you do, then you're a sin. then you're a witch, you're evil, you're of the devil. What triggered me today? Unexpected visit, which was expected because I saw it coming before it came. But it was the energy, the changed energy, and it was like I thought someone believed me. I thought I had someone on my side, but now I see that I just another person under the illusion and delusion. Illusion and delusion. But it's like they don't know what they don't know. My kids said I didn't educate them. The thing that has been frustrating me all of these years is this miscommunication, this misunderstanding, and this watching manipulation happen, screaming and fighting and no, and then being made crazy because I'm just trying to say, oh my God, I'm so being gaslighted right now. And I just watched all of these. It was like being outside of a chessboard and seeing all the plays happen and watching everyone make their plays and screaming from this like box. Like, guys, it's like when you're screaming at the horror movie, right? That's like been how like it's been. And just taking the hits, transmuting, alchemizing it. Just, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. They don't know what they don't know. I love it. I just, I'm here for the healing. I gotta heal me. Self-love. I have no regrets because every single act along the way, I really have been doing the right things for all the right reasons, right? Like, yeah, trauma happened. Chased self-love. Did what I had to do. Had a side hustle. My side hustle, because of my pride, because of my ego, because I was blogging. I was blogging about being an open dancer. And then I was the hot mom, and we weren't invited to the boat parties after the homeschool meetups because all the moms didn't like how I looked in my bikini, and I was the stripper mom. So like we weren't invited, so my kids were alienated. They were left out. It's my fault. Lots of scenarios like that. Shamed because they dated. I had boyfriends. They didn't work out. I also had friends help me. Male friends, completely platonic, never did anything with them. Lots of different stories about that. Lots of different rumors. Rumors. Hearsay. It is what it is. I'm done trying to explain myself. My whole blog, my whole book, Therapist in a Thong, that I never finished writing, that I deleted my manuscript at 60,000 words because I was so hurt by a girl stealing my title. Put a lot of time into that book. Put a lot of me into that. And I have no regrets. It was practice. If I was in college, it would have just been how many essays, manuscripts, if I was going to school to be a writer, I would have written many pieces that I didn't do anything or publish. So it's all practice, right? No regrets. It just makes me better. But it's like, at the end of the day, how people feel about you, what story they tell about you, that's the things they need to heal, right? Because your truth is your truth, your reality is your reality, and at the end of the day, it's you and God. And God is self. And you can't lie to yourself. Like you can, but you really can't. Right? Because then you have all of those funny disorders, and then you start taking all those drugs, and then you're just even more of a slave. And are we trying to go to sleep, or are we trying to wake up? We're not on this channel. We're trying, we done woke up. We don't want to be sick. We don't want to be dependent. We don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. We don't want to live in the hamster wheel. We're not running a race. We're not competing. In high vibration, there's no competition. There's collaboration. There's community. And not the community, this false ass community. The infant structure is falling. This is the community in a high vibrational space. It's like the ancestral way. It's a caring community, like my curriculum that I'm creating, care. Create a responsible environment, responsible for self, responsible for home, responsible for the space, responsible for the earth. Your home is your safe space. Your body is your first home. Your body is your first home. Are you safe in your home? Are you safe in your body? Emotionally, mentally, physically. Because education just happens in a safe space, in a caring environment, in high vibration. You can have education without indoctrination. True education. Not this pre-prison, this little baby prison that the Rockefellers created for factory workers. We're not breeding factory workers. We don't need to raise our hands, go to the bathroom. We don't need to sit down at a desk for so many hours and practice false facts, which most have been proven, false history, false science, pushed pharmaceuticals because we have energy that needs to be moved. Energy that needs to be moved. Care. A caring community with safe spaces. When someone is sharing intimate photos of you to strangers, you're never in a safe space. You're completely victimized. I have been victimized visually, mentally, raped by I don't know how many people outside of my consent. Not photos that I shared, not photos I was aware of sharing. And because this is something I don't want my child raised in that environment, right? Because the ethics, the integrity behind someone who doesn't have that kind of respect for the mother of their child, it shows me the quality of character. You wouldn't have a seat at my table. And I want to publicly apologize to my ex-wife if she happens to see this or does watch this. Or you were right. You said he wasn't a nice person. You said you didn't like him. I told you I loved him, and I lost you. I'm sorry. You're a good person. You are a good person, and you activated me in so many ways, and I hope your life is blessed. I hope you're healing, and I hope you're thriving. I really do. Yeah. Care. Care. We learn from our mistakes, guys. We learn from our mistakes, and we become a better human. I was going to say person and human at the same time. We become a better human. We become a better person. We live responsibly. We love unconditionally. But we don't take shit from the bullshit. We don't. We don't. You can't get past the frequency. You can't get past the frequency vibrating in low vibration, whether you're conscious of it or not. What's your energy? You got to check your energy at the door. You got to check your energy at the door. Because in high vibration, we don't need guns and metal detectors, and we don't even need security guards. Because if your energy is not in alignment, you can't get through the door. Cat, you are tearing up my chair, baby. And Onyx says, that's the message. Hi, baby. Do you want to come say hello? Come here. This is Onyx. Onyx is a sweetie. He's a sweetie. A little tuxedo cat. All the animals in this home, they've all been abandoned in some way or rescued. Rescues or abandoned. That's how I was raised. We always brought animals home. Community. Care. Love wins, guys. Love wins. So, I'm feeling happy. I have 2 children sleeping, and I get to slowly put myself to sleep with a nice meditation without a distraction. And that's a blessed and beautiful reality. Love wins, and I love you.